Hello, Gareth here. That's my happy face. I'm actually feeling like a zombie today um, because I don't know why. I've been painting all day. That's my reason. I've been painting all day. But that may sound great, but the truth is, I sort of failed today because today I was planning to go, well, get in the car and travel to a place called Kamaya and to look around there for beautiful scenes to paint because I've got a commission. There's no deadline, so there's no rush. I probably need a deadline actually. Um, yeah, I need a foot up the bottom probably, but um, but I just didn't feel the like part of me really wants to go and paint, and I would video the whole thing, and it would be so easy to video, and let's hope interesting. Let's hope interesting. I think the total number of people who watch my video, if it's good, is about 30. So to you 30 people, thank you so much. I can't believe what a failure I am. But anyway, I've been doing YouTube for about 2 or 3 years. Can you believe that? Maybe it's my voice. My voice is, I have a dry voice nowadays. Hopefully it will recover one day. But anyway, that's what I was planning to do. But to be honest, I used to go out a lot and paint. Even on my bicycle, I used to cycle miles and miles. And I was so passionate about that. But then 4 or 5 years ago, I tried to start turning my art into a business, and it was so hard. And there have been small successes. There have been small successes. I don't really want to talk about that in this video, but it has been so painful that I lost that kind of drive to go out there and paint, and also responsibilities, and also today I have a lesson later on at 6, so it takes 2 hours to get to this place I want to go to, 2 hours to get back. I couldn't leave until about 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, so it doesn't leave me with a huge amount of time. I'm still rationalizing, and I realize that, but that's one of the hard things sometimes, like not being successful, really, to be honest. It can take away that drive. I still continue to paint because I just love painting, but sometimes I do wish I'd been an engineer or something practical, that you can just, well, I guess there are some unemployed engineers, but it would just be so much easier. But an artist, I have to sigh. Maybe it's me. But anyway, this whole video is not about that. So it's about what I did today. And hopefully you'll find this interesting. But we will see. My friend said I have to be like this guy called David Bellamy. He was talking about my videos, and he said, Gareth, the reason why your videos suck is because you're not passionate enough about well, in your videos. But the truth is, guys, people, whoever you are, the truth is, what is the truth? Like, that's one of the things I lost a bit, maybe, because after 20 years of painting and not being successful, and seeing people who like do abstract art and who can't even paint, and are just full, in my opinion, just full of BS. They might be nice people, but just so full of BS. But they're selling their artwork for $2,000 or $3,000 a piece and being successful. It's crushing. I can't tell you how crushing that is. And it just takes something from you. I think with time I will overcome it. But there you go, confession time. Anyway, let's get back to whatever I was talking about. Yeah, my friend said I should be like David Bellamy, who's this gardener, and he's like really passionate about flowers and gardening, and he gets really into it and excited and stuff like that. And I know I should be like that, but there are these energies within us, right? These forces or whatever. Goodness me, could be a demon. But we have these dark sides, right? And although I can do the videos and I can put myself on camera and I can show my work, it's still very difficult for me to like be, you know, sunshiny. And I'm English as well, so most English people can't be very authentic. Well, I can't be very authentic, to be honest. I'm trying. But I can't get so excited in front of the camera, because when I look at this, I just see a camera and I don't see a person. So it's really difficult to talk in an excited way to a camera. It just doesn't feel genuine. Anyway, enough about the, and I can't even speak properly anymore, but enough about that. I'm really going to have to face a lot of my fears now doing this video stuff, and I'm just going to do video after video. I'm going to just push through and do these videos. Let's hope by number 100 I've become fairly decent at them. Anyway, on with what this video is about, which is this painting. So I did this painting at some point, and there must have been something interesting about this painting, because not long ago I had a big purge and I threw away a lot of my work. Maybe about, I'm just guessing 30–40%, but I threw away a lot. But there were some paintings like this one that they were failures. I thought, I'm never going to frame this, I'm never going to sell it. But there's something about it that I really, really like. And I think what it is, of course, there's a sense of peacefulness in this painting. It really, really feels peaceful. And I just love that. And now I can feel the dark force inside of me, because I know so many bullshit artists who use the word peace just to sell their painting. You know, it's peaceful painting. It's peaceful, yeah? Buy it, buy peace. Here you are, go for it. But anyway, this painting's not for sale. And I was going to throw it away. That was the whole point. You know, I'd do a new version and then throw this away. And guess what? I can't. There's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe because it inspired another painting of it. So I'm going to keep it. But it's not really a painting I'd like to be shown on a wall. But there's something about it that that kind of, you know, it's kind of, I can't even explain it, but it captures something inside of me, and something says, hold on to this one. There's something here that we need to explore more, and I think it's partly this kind of sky. Now, I've possibly done it wrong, and I don't mind that, because I'm not, most people say my work looks like a photograph, but I'm actually I do play with things, and I do, falsify is the wrong word, but I do kind of paint things that aren't actually exactly true. And this painting might be one of them, because this is after the sun's gone down, and I'm not sure if that's how you see it. And it's a kind of dusky scene, and so you've got this lightness here, but the sky's all the sea is all in kind of shadow, but it's a pale lilac shadow, but the sky's got this lovely lightness to it. And maybe I've exaggerated that, but I needed to, in order to get that lightness coming through these heavy clouds. And just, I love that effect. I think here it's so tranquil and calming, and yet here there's just this beautiful light coming through. And although the objects of interest, these, are, are actually in shadow. So in some ways it's like this light area that is actually the object of interest, I suppose, which is confusing. Welcome to my life. Okay, but I like it. Most of my art is sort of instinctive, what I feel. And then I just kind of go with that and play with that. And I love this orange thing here. So anyway, I had another go at this. And the first one was a disaster. So this is quite an interesting story because it's bitty. Can you see that? It's bitty. And this is actually watercolor paper, and it's more expensive than the normal and cheaper brand. Well, it would be cheaper, right? But anyway, it's more expensive than the normal general brand they've got. But the normal general brand is better than this. So I'm not going to tell the name, but it's bitty. And so normally I like to complete them, but I just gave up on this one. So this one will be used for scrap paper. Always use these failed paintings for scrap and practice on them, yeah. So yeah, that didn't work. So then I had another go on the more general, cheaper paper, and I quite like this. And yeah, so what can I say about this? So just a minute, what did I do? So one of the things that was tricky for me was getting this orange sky, because I was using a limited number of colours, and I found that when I mixed red with alizarin crimson with yellow ochre, I got a nice orange effect. So I was happy with that. And I also found that I had to have one side kind of warm and the other side of the sky cooler, and that looked better too. And what else? And also the boat, if you look carefully, I decided to do this soft underside of like water coming up. So there's this uneven kind of boat. It really looks like it's in the water. Whereas in the original one, it's not. And although that's okay, I sort of kind of like that, to be honest. I like that too. I really like that too. So I was really happy with this one. This one was a success. Okay, and whoops, something fell down. And maybe I should have shown you this one before, and this was another one I did. This one failed because I think the boat needed to be kind of higher up. This and this look like they're on the same level, and it's kind of weird in terms of perspective. So this was a later painting. This was an earlier one, and I think that looks much better. Yeah. And my final one, no. And then I did a slightly bigger one. Oh, I've got one on the back here. All right, I do a lot. And you can see the sky went wrong here. So that failed. And this was not so good. And then I decided to add this city in the background. This is Beppu City in Japan. But not so good. But this one is pretty nice. So what I like here is I like the way the land just looks like it's sinking into the sea. And sometimes when you look at the sea, it just looks like the land is disappearing into the sea at evening time. And the calmness is so beautiful. It's just beautiful. And so I really like that. It's like the whole sky is dramatically falling into the sea and into this calmness. Okay. And so I think this kind of having no line between the land and the sea is so important in this painting. So important, because I might paint this again, because I think there's things in this painting that I really, really love, that really speak to me. And I am one of those artists. But I just want to explore that even more, because it's almost like is it like a seam of gold? You find this gold and you know that you can keep on getting more. There's a seam, yeah, there's a seam of gold here, and that's what there is here. There's something in this picture that's maybe going to lead to more and more, because there's just a feeling and something beautiful, I think. Yeah, and you can see here where I did this line, this hard line. I think that failed. Maybe if the boat was intersecting with that, it might work a bit better, but I think this softness here works so well. Just I love that so much. And it is a kind of a touch of abstraction that I'm bringing into the painting. I hope I don't sound pretentious. I really have that habit. I'm sorry, but I do, you know. And then I went big, very big. I'm not sure if you like it, but I went big. And I'm really happy because one of the things I lost, I think, over the years and years of failing is, yeah, the driving off into the countryside and painting pictures, but also painting big. I used to paint big a lot, and then I just, well, it does take up a lot of space, but then I just gave up. And it's difficult too. It's very difficult. Painting small is much easier, but I just gave up on that. I lost the courage, and so I'm having another go. I'm starting to step out a bit and paint big, and yeah, it's not brilliant. The other one was probably better, but I was really happy with how well this turned out. And again, you've got the land disappearing into the sea, and also another element here that was maybe missing in the other one. Oh, maybe not, but it looks like the sky is falling into the land and the land is falling into the sea. And I love that kind of abstraction, and that, just that, I like that so much. And again, it's got that lovely peaceful feeling. Perhaps the clouds can be improved upon in this one, and they can be made to look a bit more dramatic, perhaps. They need maybe playing around with, but I'm happy with it, really happy with it. And I like the foreground and those waves. That's so calming. So there you go. I know I've rambled in this painting in this video, but I hope you found it interesting. And I just wanted to show you my process and talk a little about my life. So if you're an artist and sometimes you feel like you've lost the courage or the drive, I hope this inspires you. And if you're someone who buys paintings, then I hope you look at my work and you'd really like to buy one, because I do sell paintings. And I had an exhibition recently and I did sell maybe about 10 or 11 paintings, and I got a commission too. And last year, I'm bragging here a bit, but you know, you've got to sell yourself, and it's been difficult for me to do. And last year, I got my picture put on a calendar that was produced for a bank, and they mass produced that. So I'm not a complete failure. And I do think my work is good, very good, and it does come from a lot of passion and practice. And that's it. I'm just putting myself out there. And I'll be back. I'll be back. It's so difficult for me doing these videos, but I will be back, and I will conquer this medium. So have a nice life. Have a nice life. I can't think of, what do you say? Goodbye? Goodbye for now. Okay, sayonara. Bye-bye.